talking about quadrilaterals and parallelograms in this lesson. Let's dive in. It's also going to involve some proofs, but let's just dive in. So when we have a parallelogram, it is a shape where opposite sides are parallel. So the blue lines are parallel, right? And the orange lines are parallel. I'm going to put two arrows on those to show, okay, the orange are parallel and the blue are parallel. And when we have parallel lines, we know stuff about angles. So let's say angle A is 103. Well, if I just translate that angle up here, this angle right here is 103 because they're corresponding. Now the 103 plus this angle B make 180, right? Half a circle or a straight line. Those are supplementary angles. So I could just use my calculator here. 180 minus 103. Let's see what's left. We got 77 degrees. So angle B is 77 degrees. All right, so let's fill that in real quick. 77. Now, the orange lines are also parallel. So if I look at those orange lines, a couple things I could do here. I could go alternate interior angles. 103 matches up with this. Ooh, it's got to be 103. Those are alternate interior angles. I could also slide this angle over by translating 103 here. Oh, that's vertical with this angle C. So angle C has got to be 103 degrees. And then if I look at this last one, I could slide this 103 down here, and it's next to this angle. So 103 plus what equals 180? Well, we just did that over here. It's got to be 77. So what we notice is the angles across from each other are always equal. 77, 77, 103, and this one was 103. Angles across from each other are equal, and angles next to each other add up to 180. So that happened in this one. Let's see if it works every time. So 103 and 77, yep, that just worked. Okay, 115, 115, 65, 65. Angles across are equal. 65 plus 115 is 180, so that works. I could change it up. Let's make it easy. 110, 110, 70, 70. Those add up to 180. The ones across are equal. So that always works every time when we have a parallelogram. So in a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal, and the angles next to each other, we call them adjacent. So if you're sitting adjacent to someone, you're next to them. Adjacent angles add up to 180. So these add up to 180. These are next to each other. They add up to 180. These ones add up to 180. These add up to 180. And the ones across are equal. So we're talking about quadrilaterals today. Quadrilateral is just a shape with four sides and four angles. Here's a bunch of examples. We just really explored one of them, which is a parallelogram. And some properties of a parallelogram is the opposite sides are parallel. So these two sides are parallel. These two sides are parallel. Also, opposite sides are equal. So this side is equal, or the same size as this side. This side is the same side as this side. So if that was like 10, maybe this is 12. This one would be 10. This one would be 12. Maybe inches long. Opposite angles are equal. So angle D is equal to angle B. And angle A is equal to angle C. And adjacent angles are supplementary or add up to 180. So if this one was 100, this one would be 80. There's an example. So next to each other equal 180, across from each other are equal to each other. I'm going to skip ahead. Basically, we just figured out some missing angles in class. I'll do this one really quick. If I have a parallelogram, let's find some missing angles. Determine all the missing angles in the figure. Well, 56 and 56, the angles across from each other are equal. That one's easy. Since the lines are parallel, I could make that as Z. The corners of the Z are equal, alternate interior, so that's 34. Then I see I have a triangle here. So I'm going to do a triangle sum theorem. 180, I'm going to take away 34, and I'm going to take away 56 to see what's left. It's 90. So this angle is 90, and then alternate interior, this one's also 90. All right, so go to the cool down, try a couple on your own.